Today I'm cooking curry goat. You've got to have some patience and some time on your hands to do this one because you're looking at about 3 hours, but it is definitely worth the wait. So I have my goat meat here, it's nice and clean. I've just put some mild curry powder, a little bit of soy sauce, some minced garlic and some garam masala. I know garam masala is not a typical Caribbean ingredient for curry goat, but I use it in mine and it gives it a little extra flavour that I like. So I've not overly seasoned the meat at this stage. I'm just going to give it a slight flavour kick and put it overnight, and most of the flavour is going to come with the curry sauce tomorrow. So we're just going to go in with our hands as normal and give it a good mix up. In with our hands, mix it. As always, make sure all of the meat is covered in your seasoning. Now I would really suggest gloves at this, mixing this in, because the curry powder will stain your fingers and your nails yellow, and it's definitely not a good look. Okay, so it's all covered nicely. Smelling really garlicky. Love the garlic. Right, so as always, cling film in the fridge overnight, or at least 5 hours, I'd say, with this. But overnight is always best because the flavour just penetrates the meat a lot more. Okay, so in the fridge overnight. Here's my goat. That's been chilling out in the fridge overnight. It's smelling so good. It looks very sexy. So what we're going to do now is start building up the curry. Just got some oil warming up in my Dutch pot. And you know, when the Dutch pot comes out, it's about to get real. Okay, so, right, I reckon that's hot enough now. So I'm going to start by putting a wee bit of ginger in. And some garlic. I know we put some garlic on the goat yesterday, but we're going to put more in. And yeah, I'm having another lazy day. I do use this is real garlic, but I do use fresh garlic. Just not today. So let's let that flavour the oil nicely. Okay. And then I'm going to add some more curry powder. And just let that cook out. So my curry powder's been cooking for about a minute or so, and it looks all thick, and you're going to think, oh, why does it look like that? But don't worry. So now I'm going in with some curry paste, and they do these little handy pots now. Oh, I just burnt myself. Which are pretty good. This is just a literal curry paste. So mix that in as well. And let that cook out for about a minute. It's been cooking out for a few minutes. You can see it's starting to thicken nicely. And now I'm going to add my onions. Mix that through. And again, like I said before, it's going to look thick at this point, but you're fine. Just carry on. Let that fry off for a little bit. So that's been frying off for about a minute. I'm going to go in and add some water, just enough to cover really. Mix it all in. And just bring that to the boil. Then I'm going to start adding the meat. So that's come up to the boil now. So I'm going to start adding my meat in, and I've not bothered frying this first or sealing it or anything. And also, let's take this glove off quickly. Got potato. Some fresh thyme. Break it up a little bit. Some chopped scotch bonnet here. I'm going to start off with just a little bit. I've not put any seeds in either. I've literally, well, there's just one there. I'm lying. I'll start off with a little bit and then I'll taste it a bit later and see if it needs any more. Always start off with a little bit because you can always add, but you can never take away. So don't go in too hard with the chilli too quickly. Right, so I filled up the bowl that my goat was in by a tiny bit of water, just so we can get the last bits of that seasoning in. And then we want to give it a mix. Let's get another spoon. Now, I've not covered my meat completely with liquid because it is going to create some natural juices that are going to come out. So we'll see what happens after a little bit of boilage and then add more liquid if need be. One more thing I'm going to do is add some brown sugar, because sometimes curry can have like a little bit of a bitter taste to it. Normally frying off your curry before takes it away, but sometimes it doesn't, so I'm just going to add a little bit of sugar. Mix that through. And then I'm going to let that cook for an hour. Come back to it and start adding some more bits. So lid on, turn it down slightly and give it an hour. Go and chill out, put your feet up for a while. My curry's been cooking for about an hour now, so I'm going to give it a little mix up and then I'm going to cook for another hour and a half. Right, so my curry goat's been cooking for about an hour and a half now, so I'm going to add my carrot because I didn't want it to get too mushy, and also some spring onion. And I'm going to add a little bit more liquid. A little bit more. We'll mix it up. I'm going to put a bit more liquid in actually. Right, so it's been cooking for an hour and a half and I'm going to cook it for another hour and then the meat's going to be really soft and the sauce will thicken up. Put the lid back on and another hour. So my goat's been cooking for about 3.5 hours now. It's nice and soft. I'm just going to literally do my last little bit, what I like to do, which is add some malt vinegar. Just a tiny bit. It cuts grease and it adds a little something special, which I can't really explain, but I always do it. So let that cook out for about a minute and then you're done. So there you have it, curry goat. Cooked it about 3.5 hours in total in the end. I know it is a long time, but it is definitely worth it, so try it out.